Hello, ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? Welcome to Cyberpunk 2077 Night City Wire, Episode 5. How's it going, Padinsky, Mikey Likes, and everybody else hanging out in chat? Let's see what this one is all about. This is the last one, too. Here we go. Might have to adjust the volume as we get into it.
You don't believe in no fate. Every day digging the grave. Stepping up to where the stakes. City of dreams, city of...
Hello and welcome to Night City Wire Episode 5, the show from us at CD Projekt Red, where we talk about all things Cyberpunk 2077. Now we're going to start today's episode with a new trailer that will take a closer look at Johnny Silverhand, before we go behind the scenes with Keanu Reeves and have a chat to English adaptation director Boris, who will tell us exactly what it was like to work with him. Then we'll be exploring the original score and talking about some of the radio stations you might listen to while driving around Night City. Before we take a look at the Jolly technology, which is powering facial animation in Cyberpunk, and unveil a new My Reward scheme, which anyone can take part in, no matter which platform you'll be playing Cyberpunk on. We'll then wrap up today's episode with a brand new gameplay trailer. It's a busy episode, and it will be our final episode of Night City Wire before the game launches on December 10th.
I don't think it's gonna get delayed anymore.
Let's get going.
I think we're good.
Where'd you even come from? How are we even talking?
Gotta get out of here, understand? And I'll kill anyone who gets in my way.
You weren't dreaming, V. Those were memories. You two are connected in a way I can't make head or tail of.
Who? Me and who, Vic?
Silverhand. Johnny Silverhand. Real talk of the town back in my day.
He died, like, forever ago.
You need to say there's an actual terrorist in my head. Right now.
He burned down half the city just to prove he was right. And burned the other half just for fun.
What do you want from me? Destroy Arasaka. I don't even know what that means.
Do whatever it takes to stop him, defeat him, gut him.
He already tried to take over your body. You know, just for a little while.
Hear me, asshole? A bullet to the fucking brain. Get out! Just get the fuck out!
Tell me how to get rid of it.
So is Keanu Reeves the bad guy in the story?
You're a dick, you know.
Even though he's
And
dead?
You're a cunt. Maybe we'll fit together after all.
So it's kind of like Handsome Jack.
Sometimes we like to share things with you, and other times we like to keep secrets, and it can be worth it for that big reveal. Pretty sure nobody was expecting to see Keanu Reeves on stage at E3 2019. So let's go behind the scenes to see how Keanu Reeves brought rocker boy Johnny Silverhand to life. You could say it's breathtaking.
Cyberpunk 2077, Johnny Silverhand.
I've had the opportunity to do voiceover a few times. I'd worked on a cartoon. I had done some documentaries. I'd never done this much.
You know you don't gotta speak out loud to talk to me. And I've processed some shit. Changed my mind. Don't want you dead anymore.
You know, and got to play a character in so many kind of different ways because of different paths or threads or choices. So you almost get to play one moment, say you have a decision.
Would you take a bullet for it?
With three different behavioral
Yes, no, don't know,
attitudes.
dumb question.
So that was fun. You know, Johnny's either a dick, or he's happy, or he's trying to convince.
Know why? Because you've always been a fucking pussy, Carrie.
So it's been fun, and that was kind of what I was interested in, you know, the different options that the game could play. you know, playing the same person but with different versions of them.
Motion capture, baby. Johnny Silverhand.
So one of the first elements that I was involved in with the game was motion capture. I've done a fair bit of motion capture. I did it with in the Matrix films. So to start,
That was such a
doing
long
motion
time ago,
capture
though.
For Johnny, it was all very familiar to me. The only difference, I think, technologically was how close they were going to real-time review. But creatively, it was very familiar in the sense of starting a library of gesture and the toolbox, let's say, for the animators to work with for the character. So you get to see Johnny as the rock star, you know, you hear about his military past, you know, and he's fighting for his survival. So he's kind of got all of these things leading into the moment of this guy. It's really a kind of an interpretation, because I think there's a Johnny Silverhand in all of us. He's got a lot of energy. He's got a good sense of humor, if not a little dark at times. He's very passionate. He cares. You know, it's
Yeah, it's actually really cool seeing this because a lot of games don't show this kind of stuff.
He's got certainly an appetite.
Or if they
for
do,
life.
they just show very small little
No, you're wrong.
bits.
He wants to change the world, you know? He has a cause that he wants to fight against the corpocracy.
Come on. Don't tell me you're not
He's
interested.
kind of looking for a different kind of freedom.
Corps have long controlled our lives, taken lots. And now they're after our souls.
At least I believed in something bigger.
At least I had a cause.
I mean, it's like acting in a full scene.
What CD
It's just
Projekt
there's
Red
no,
has shared with me and the
you
way
know,
that they
stuff
talk
around.
about the game and what I've seen is that it's got a lot of freedom. There's so many different paths that you can play the game on. But it's not just quests of paths. It's like, who are you? How do you want to play the character?
If I gotta kill, I'll kill. If I need your body, I'll fucking take it.
You can go into action, you can go into mystery, you can problem solve in different ways. And where you go in this world, there's so much detail, there's so many different things that you can go off into that are really interesting and fun. There's a real drama to the game and emotional stakes to it. And then there's lighter sides to it. And of course, the music, production design, technologically, how cutting edge it is. I don't think there'll be a game that looks like this. Yeah, it's intense.
I take the driver, you get his side.
See, honestly, there's one thing that worries me a little bit about the game is actually the look. I think there's other games out that look better than this game.
Before we get into what it was like to actually work
But
with
we
Keanu
might not have
Reeves, was
seen
it
the final build
always
yet,
him
so I
that
guess
you
we'll see.
imagined as Johnny Silverhand? Was there anybody else that you ever considered having for the role?
Yeah, Holly, it was a long, arduous, extended process to imagine what Johnny Silverhand is supposed to look like, what he's supposed to sound like, what he's supposed to act like. Everybody and their great-grandmother seemed to have an idea. And the process actually involved a lot of people. The game director, character artists, writers, marketing staff. I could go on. You know, we cast a pretty broad net initially. We considered actors. We considered enlisting actual rock stars, you know, band frontmen to play the role. At one point, we even toyed with the idea of taking and reviving a recently deceased, longtime luminary of the recording industry. Now, some might say that it was a pipe dream to assume that we could do that technologically or otherwise. Well, I'll see you that pipe dream and raise you another, because one could easily say that it was a pipe dream to assume that we could successfully pitch to and ultimately enlist Keanu Reeves to play the role.
Now, I'm sure this is on everybody's mind right now, but what was it actually like to work with Keanu Reeves? Because even he said in the video, this was like nothing he'd ever done before.
A question that I'm sure anybody who gets to work with Keanu has to answer, and I get where it comes from. Keanu is a consummate professional. When he's at work, he's at work. He's completely and utterly focused. To that work, he brings his talent, he brings his art, his technical skill, and overwhelming charm. And yes, the scale and the complexity were and are dazzling. Non-linearities, the variation in attitude, mood, emotion that are required to achieve them, they can be difficult to get your head around. And if you take all of Johnny Silverhand's bits, his screen time, it's like doing the equivalent of many, many feature film roles put together. And we covered all that in a handful of mocap sessions and under 24 VO recording sessions of 4 to 6 hours each. And that took focus, it took control, it took dedication, all of which Keanu provided in heaps.
So tell us a little bit more about the character of Johnny Silverhand and why he's important to the story, but also why it's important to have him played by such a powerful personality.
Okay, how do I do this without spoiling too much for gamers?
Exactly.
In the broadest sense, I'd say Johnny Silverhand is a co-protagonist of the game rather than a sidekick. I mean, there are buddy bits in the game, but in the end, Johnny has an agenda and he pursues it, and V has an agenda and has to pursue that. And to get things done, V and Johnny have to work together. Some of the things they do are V's, and some of the things they do are Johnny's, and some of them are important to both of them. That bonds gamers, I think, to both characters. Both characters' agendas become equally important. Both characters' continued existence becomes equally important. For any gamer or viewer or reader, what you have to do is create that bond between them and the protagonist or protagonists. You have to make those characters understandable to them, likable to them, lovable to them. With that understanding, even when they do something not entirely admirable or say something reprehensible, you stay committed, you stay involved, you stay bonded to them. And there's no denying casting a powerful personality, somebody who exudes charm by the truckload, helps to further all that.
So Boris, can you tell us, what does Keanu bring to Johnny Silverhand?
What Keanu brings to Johnny Silverhand
I feel like they
is
kind of
nothing
went over
more
this
and
already,
nothing less than Keanu. I could parse that into a string of adjectives, but I kind of think that would be borderline insulting because it wouldn't begin to do him justice. To anybody who's seen the applicable movies, Neo is Keanu, Keanu is Neo. John Wick is Keanu, Keanu is John Wick. John Constantine, Johnny Mnemonic, Jonathan Harker, Johnny Utah, they're all Keanu. And to anyone who will play Cyberpunk 2077, Johnny Silverhand will be Keanu. To my mind, at least, star power is a fact and an important factor for broad sections of the audience out there.
So can you give us more information about the process of motion capture, right? Because we saw you in the video, doing some of it, but really, how does it work?
I wish I could, Holly, but I'm really no mocap expert, and I can basically tell you what the day looked like, what the process
Bring
looked like.
in an engineer.
To me, it was a fine day in LA, and I put on a wonky-looking bodysuit with globules all over it, and I put on the head cam, and then we proceeded to block and then play out scenes between V and Johnny, and we did it over and over and over again. As we did that, I must have poked Johnny in the chest hundreds of times, and I must have yelled "fuck off" at Johnny 35 times, well, I never expected to be doing any of that. No, I never imagined I'd be doing any of that.
Well, Boris, thank you so much for joining us. Your voice in the studio is quite iconic. So whenever I talk to you, I feel like I'm in a trailer. It's amazing.
It's not all that. It's not all that, Holly. Thank you.
Well, from Soviet-era synthesizers to body heat radio, it's time to explore the original score and just some of the radio stations you'll be listening to when you're driving around Night City.
See, now that shot right there, it looks
Score
pretty cool.
is the main vessel of emotions in both movies and video games, and Cyberpunk 2077 is no different.
It actually took us a long time to find the right
color of the music.
Getting that sound together is almost as important as the actual look of the game itself, because the music is really helping you feel this emotional connection to the game.
Musical score.
So one of the main ideas was to take the cyberpunk genre out of the 80s and give it a 90s flair. We took elements from rave, IDM, industrial, and make them fit our narrative purposes.
We've decided that close to 100% of our music would be purely electronic.
That's why we tried to stick to analog synths as much as possible, so it's got a warmth to it.
I'm super proud of the team we've managed to gather for this project.
For me, it was basically my own personal aesthetic matching the aesthetic of the game. When I read the brief, I was like, oh, this is going to be great. I can be myself. I can make music, and it comes from an honest place.
I love the fact that the music in this game is so varied. So we have some tracks that are super dirty, super heavy, and then we have some tracks that are very beautiful and ambient. I'm using all kinds of different effects. So it's been great to be able to experiment with the sound and the style.
It's my first time actually doing any drum tracking for a video game. It's been really exciting. It's been a lot of fun.
It's all about making you feel like a perfect killing machine.
Yeah.
Because
There's my next soundboard chat right there. It's like $10,000.
Well, I can do that all day long. So you'll just have to tell me what you like, and what you don't like.
Cool. Okay. It's not going to sound like one thing, depending on what part of the city you're in.
We basically scored every quest pretty much with custom assets created specifically.
What'd you do to my
for
face?
that quest.
We ended up having over 7.5 hours of music in Cyberpunk.
Working on Cyberpunk has just been insane. I can seriously say that I've never worked with such a bunch of mad people in my life, and mad brilliant.
The gear that we use comes out of boutique shops, or they are vintage synthesizers like this Polyvox.
I really hope all this effort put into creating this score pays off with satisfying and enjoyable listening and gaming experience.
Hello, Night City. What's shaking, Night City? Good morning, Night City! Your man, Stan here. Ooh, I love this town. Love it like you might love a mother who popped you out on the steps of an orphanage once and now stops you to ask if you got a smoke for her. And now, a shout out to all the lowlifes over at the Atlantis. Ladies and gents, here's that all-time classic in Night City.
You know, one of the best things about Fallout is just the radio.
One of the key elements we use to build believable world.
And
We've
hopefully
invited
this game
artists
is
from around the world,
not just up to that level,
talents,
but
incredible musicians
above that
to
level.
write and produce songs just for us.
Fallout also uses a
The
ton of
soundtrack
copyrighted
Cyberpunk
music.
is insane. So the soundtrack being all the songs that they've got going on, whether it's on the radio or on the background, all these just amazing bands.
We've got over 150 custom genre-bending tracks, all waiting for you to discover them by yourselves.
You know, the reason I wanted to be a part of Cyberpunk is, well, basically I know The Witcher is super sick, and then I actually got to play a preview of the game, which was fucking incredible.
I've always wanted to do something connected to a video game, so I was pretty excited when this came in, and it was like an instant yes.
I was kind of imagining what it would be like being a character in that game. The person
Anybody know
that's a
any of these
musician
artists?
in this world and this time has grew up in that space.
This isn't just some fun shit. There's also an intellectual and spiritual history to this world that's been constructed for you, you know?
We want to provide you with the soundtrack to fucking shit up. Like, how can you not want to be a part of that?
For those of you who can't wait to hear more from our composers, we're going to be releasing a special 6-track Cyberpunk 2077 EP featuring tracks from the game's original score onto streaming services for you to enjoy for free, and they'll be live at the end of this episode, so you can give them a listen later. In addition, if you're planning on live streaming Cyberpunk, or if you just want to make videos, we want to introduce you to a new mode that will allow you to disable certain copyrighted tracks. We know that for content creators, licensed music can sometimes be problematic.
Good on them.
So with this new mode, you'll be able to disable a small number of selected tracks which could cause
all
issues,
games
replacing
moving
them
forward
with
are
a
going to have to
different
do
song,
this.
helping to avoid any problems. If you're going to be live streaming from console, this will start automatically, but you can toggle it on and off in the options as needed. And for PC players, you'll be able to turn it on and off in the game options. Don't forget, as with all episodes of Night City Wire, if you're tuning in late or if you just want to watch anything again, we will be uploading everything to our channels soon. Now, from Polish to Chinese. When Cyberpunk launches, it will have VO in 10 different languages. So we're going to take a closer look at the Jolly technology, which is ensuring each and every one is as authentic as possible.
That's really good.
Hi, my name is Sarah Watling. I am the CEO of Jolly Research in Toronto, Ontario.
Most games
in this video, we're going to show you a little bit
will
about
just do
Jolly, the software,
the lip sync
for
like English
or
like Japanese, and then everything else comes out weird or a little off, you know.
Rayfield's mine. Скажи заплатить 2 раза, заплатишь 2 раза.
Jolly is a suite of tools and a suite of services that result in what we think is the coolest and best and highest quality facial performance on characters.
Oh, is that supposed to sound familiar?
It's automatically generated on a face based on audio dialogue, audio speech from a voice actor.
Slow, deep breaths. Your cortisol and adrenaline spiked, but the soft activated your hormone blockers. Nothing happened. You're alive and well.
What Jolly tries to do is it tries to get to the root of what is being expressed in the vocal performance and put that on a 3D.
So they're calling this Jolly. This must be new tech. Did CDPR invent this, or did some other company?
Just an incredible.
So I'm wondering if other companies are going to be able to use this
in this game.
Sure.
A procedural solution allows you to animate over and over and over again at tremendous scale. Jolly is what powers every single character in the game of Cyberpunk 2077 in all of the languages that the game has been localized for.
Ahora escúchame. Este mierdas de Anthony Gilchrist. ¿Es tu contacto? Hat Infos zum Konvoi durchsickern lassen?
All you're doing is changing an attribute. For example, speech style. If you wanted your character to shout instead of mumble, instead of issuing a set of commands that redo the animation, instead you click an attribute going from, in this case, mumble to shout.
But you walk. You bleed, but you walk. You bleed, but you walk. You breed.
If the lip sync is right, you don't notice. If the faces match and match the performance, you don't notice because you're too busy paying attention to how awesome the game is, how much you care about these characters, what you're going to do. And that's what we want. That to me is, that's the sizzle.
Don't you know you owe the sheriff a word when you pay his town a visit? To tell him what's brought you here. Maybe even over a cup of coffee.
Now we're excited to reveal digital and in-game rewards for Cyberpunk 2077. It's our way of saying thank you for your support. Now, every copy of the game comes with digital downloadable goodies such as the art book, the original score, and a digital comic, all from the Cyberpunk universe. But there's more. You can also claim in-game items for Cyberpunk 2077. For example, you could be rocking the Wolf School jacket for simply connecting the game to your GOG account.
Oh,
and
nice.
if you have other CD Projekt Red games, such as The Witcher or Gwent, you can get even more. And it works both ways. If you connect the game to your GOG account, you can also unlock special in-game items for Gwent, the Witcher card game, such as the samurai-inspired card.
So they're kind of doing the Blizzard thing a little bit here.
Breathtaking title.
Blizzard does this a lot with their games.
This new reward program is for everybody. No matter which platform
there you
you're
go,
playing
Jalen. There's your sword.
Cyberpunk on, you'll be able to get your digital goodies and in-game items. Now, this is just the beginning, and there'll be more items coming in the future, and we'll have more information on my rewards soon. As always, don't forget that if you've missed anything or if you just want to watch again, we will be uploading everything to our channels soon. So before we take a look at that new gameplay trailer, we just want to reveal that a number of games media from all over the world have been playing Cyberpunk 2077, and you'll be able to read their latest impressions.
Yeah, according to the information I've seen on that statement, they've given the media outlets a build that's like 15 hours long.
Let's wrap up this episode.
So not even the
take a
final
look
build yet.
At that brand new gameplay trailer.
I would think that they'd be getting the final build at some point in the next 2 weeks.
Get us out of here! I'm losing control!
At CD Projekt Red, we dedicate ourselves to telling immersive stories. Yet with every new project, we set out to make our games bigger, more complex, deeply engaging.
Come on, V. Let's get you home.
Cyberpunk 2077 marries exploration of a vast open world with kinetic combat, story-changing player choices, and robust character development, all to bring you into our vision of the dark future.
You ever feel like the city doesn't give you a choice? You either burn alive in it, or you never existed at all.
The year is 2077. An economic crisis culminating in nuclear conflict has left America in pieces. With most of the continent degenerating into lawless war zones, people from all over have converged on the already overcrowded Night City, one of the world's last great megalopolises. A hub amassing the best in resources and know-how.
We need RoboCop.
And home to manufacturers of cutting-edge technologies, Night City continues to offer the promise of a civilized future.
Ooh, new arms.
No, this isn't happening. Oh, but it is.
But in the city's streets, a merciless struggle for power rages. Gangs, corporate agents, hustlers, religious cultists, politicians, and all manner of criminals strive to outplay one another. Ordinary people get caught in the crossfire.
Looking for justice in Night City. I seek revenge. Much more feasible here.
In this world,
it's gonna be an awesome world just to walk around in.
Sometimes only an outsider will get the job done.
Elizabeth tells me you have answers for us. I'm all ears.
And that's you, an urban mercenary, a cyber-enhanced gun for hire.
You seem to understand each other. Take this, too.
As a mercenary, you swear no allegiance. You've chosen the outlaw life and trust that your abilities will carry you up Night City's ruthless, underground social ladder.
Heart of Night City. That's it right there.
To thrive as a merc, you need the right combination of gear, skills, and reputation.
Dex had a load to say about you. I hope he wasn't overselling.
With the money you earn, you can turn yourself into a living weapon, buying guns and enhancements in the hundreds.
I really want to see how far you can take that.
As you roam the city's streets, you gain the experience you need to upgrade abilities and acquire perks. Combine the right skills and gear to create a gunslinger with inhuman reflexes.
We'll have to go back and look at that screenshot.
A stealthy netrunner with command of all surrounding tech. Or practically anyone in between.
Jeez.
In Cyberpunk 2077, you steal a prototype biochip that can set you up for life.
Being filthy rich.
When its sealed container is ruptured, the only way to prevent the biochip from failing is to slot it into your head. It turns out it contains the digitized soul of Johnny Silverhand, a dead rocker boy with violence on his mind.
You mean to say there's an actual terrorist in my head, right now?
He's out for revenge. Aims to bring down the megacorp that made the chip.
Do whatever it takes to stop him, defeat him, gut him.
What is in your head can shift the balance of power in Night City. The high and mighty will do anything to lay their hands on it.
Told you I'd end you someday.
The choices you make will shape your story and determine how events unfold.
V, you gotta take him down. That's why we're here.
But not everything in Night City is a matter of life and death. Sometimes it's about style, choosing your look, your ride, your
We got a party
pastime,
chat.
who's at your side. Choosing how you spend your dirty money.
A roller coaster?
Welcome to the next generation of open-world adventure. Immerse yourself in Cyberpunk 2077.
Is this game gonna be the best open world game ever made? We'll see soon. Is that it? Oh, that's it. All right, cool. There's a couple screens that I want to go back and take a look at here, chat. But yeah, for those who do know, what are you guys gonna be playing? Corpo, Street. I think it's Street Kid, and what the heck is the name of the one that starts on the outside? Corpo, Street Kid, and man, I'm drawing a blank on that. But yeah, let's. I want to jump back and take a look at a couple of those screenshots here. Where was that at? Okay, it was actually before this. This is what I wanted to look at. Let's back it up just a second here. Because these are all new screens we've never seen before. Frontal cortex, circulatory system, immune system, nervous system. Hold on. Does this... Hands, arms, legs, operating system. Does that say skeleton that is covering up there? I can't quite tell. Raven Microcyber MK4. It's a legendary item. It's a cyber deck. 10 base RAM, buffer size, and slots. Huh, that's crazy. And this is under, up at the top. You see where it says trade and then cyberware? So it looks like up here, this must be weight limit. Which I didn't know that the game had a weight limit system. Or maybe that's just inventory items. But it has like a little weight symbol right there, so I'm assuming it's weight. Or as Jalen says, encumbrance, yeah. Let me back this up again just a second here. So you've got some rarity colors here, like common, and then like epic or rare, and then that's the legendary one. I thought there was another screen coming up here.
Enjoy your stay.
Thank you for the follow. Do appreciate it. Okay, this is the other one I wanted to look at. So this is under character. Oh, so this is your stat screen. Okay. We've seen this kind of before. So reflexes, body, intelligence, technical ability, cool. It's like level 3 maybe. And then up here we got handgun, blade, and rifles. So are they doing a thing where if you use a certain item, you can get better at it by leveling it? Is that what that is? Yeah, hold to acquire, open perks. So you've got perk points and another system? Attribute points? Okay, so this was level 9 reflexes. So this is perk. Okay, so your weapons have perk points then? And then there's a bar right here where it's like 1 rifles, 0 to 500, 0%. Wait, and then right here, skill progression rewards. Kind of hard to say what those are, but it goes like 2 to 9. But yeah, bullseye, increased rifle damage while aiming by 10%. What is it counting down for Cyberpunk? What do you mean? Are you meaning like how many days until the game comes out? So he goes up to handguns here. Okay, so I guess it's just showing the different like trees. But there's more than just these 3 though. They've already confirmed that. I guess they're just not showing the other ones. Slow and steady. Offensive, defense. Oh no, that was just the start of the stream. They had a countdown running. That's all it was. Yeah. See that there he pulled out a wrist rocket, which they've shown before. That'd be a cool thing to have.
With inhuman reflexes. A stealthy net runner with command of all.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna delay it again. So here he's hacking a camera. Data and hacking, camera control. Camera control 3, turn off, distract enemies. So that's pretty cool.
Or practically anyone in between.
That's a tech shotgun, I believe. Or not, or a tech rifle. Not a shotgun. All right, what did he do here? Reduce or RAM usage reduced by 1. What's that say? Suicide, reboot, optics, and breach protocol? Block, block, block. Data and hacking. So I think he's hacking this guy, or trying to. Weak to fire and electricity, resistant to whatever the skull symbol means. So he must have hacked that guy and then told the guy to shoot himself.
In Cyberpunk 2077, you steal a prototype biochip that can set you up for life.
Being filthy rich.
When its sealed container is ruptured.
Yeah, I can tell you that my first playthrough is going to be a corpo. I want to go corpo hacking and then like SMGs or assault rifles. My second playthrough, I want to do street. And then, yeah, do like melee swords and stuff like that.
Defeat him, gut him.
What is in your head can shift the balance of power in Night City. The high and mighty will do anything.
I will say that I'm a little bit surprised at how much they gave away in this stream. Because they straight up did some spoilers that they could have left, you know, open. I guess they were just trying to get more people excited for the game. Now, the other thing that's cool, let's back up here for just a second. They showed something. It's going to be really neat how cool the conversation system is, because the conversation system is going to be based on like skills and what you have equipped, and and all that stuff. So like right here, there's a corpo only answer, which is cool. And then here, there's an attack option. It looked like he put on like a kid's VR unit. Well, let's back that up. They flashed that screen real fast. Right. Man, that was... Jesus. It's like I can barely quick it fast. All right. We're going to tap our way into this shot here. It's literally on the screen for like a second. All right, there we go. Head, upper body, lower body, special, quick access, cyber deck, stats, backpack stats, cyberware, weapons. So you can hold 3 weapons at any time. That's good. Armor, health, stamina. So your head is a hat, helmet, and then some kind of mask or respirator. I wonder what special is. Lower body is pants and shoes, boots. Quick access looks like it's probably grenades of some description, because he's got 14 of one and 38 of another. Actually, it could be the 14 is an explosive, and the 38 is some kind of healing thing, given like the plus. Crafting inventory map character. All right. And then the other screen was... So this is... Oh, so again, we can see like the gear rarity here. I'm assuming that there's a cosmetic system here. Maybe that's what these 2 buttons are. One is the button for this is your inventory and your currently equipped gear. And the other is this is your cosmetic. Then we got mods. Or it could be the opposite of what I just said, considering that he was going over top of that, and we actually weren't seeing any stats. So,
time. Who's at your side? Choosing how you spend your dirty money.
So we know that you get an apartment in the game. I am going to assume
Events unfold.
V, you gotta take them down. That's why we're here.
But not everything in Night City is a matter of life and death.
It's like I backed this up
about
like
style,
a few seconds, and they have so much going on here.
Right. Your pastime. Who's at your side? Choose.
So I'm wondering if this shot right here is you buying your apartment and walking in for the first time, because it looks like it's completely just run down and barren. I guess I didn't realize that they're going to have an option for actually, like, customization in here. That's what it kind of looks like.
You spend your dirty money.
Because if we compare... Hold on one second, chat. Let me grab something here real quick. There was another shot that they had done showing off the apartment. Let me just grab that real fast here. Let's see. Where is that at? Would it be under here? Nope, probably not. All right, let's go to videos. I know what I'm looking for, but I just gotta find it. Here it is. This is the droid that I am looking for. Crap, that's not what I wanted. I hit the wrong button. Okay, where's that shot? Ah, here's the shot right here. Okay. So if I flip... Oh, this is actually in 4K, too. So this is inside the apartment.
Cyberpunk is a mature, visceral experience, and as such, it will let you explore a variety of different interactions with the game world. And as you just saw, its people.
Hello, Night City. Your man Stan here with a scoop sheet on all last night's bids. But first, remember the man, the myth, Johnny Silverhand. Been a year since he went on his last ride. All you gunks sitting in the afterlife nursing that scotch, waiting for something better. You know what I mean.
The job was a success, and V obviously has some money to burn.
So obviously you can see there's like a lot of stuff in here now.
Hey, sup, V? Look, I need to talk to you. That news is as big as my balls.
And I got a hot date with my Ripper Doc.
Come on, Aina, make the doc wait. Pull some pants on your culo and get down here. Subway entrance, and bring your iron.
Okay, Jackie has just told us that he has some big news for us. And we have an appointment with our Ripper Doc today. Before we leave, let's take a good look around our apartment. Good morning, Night City. The song on the radio is by rocker boy Johnny Silverhand. It's part of our creative process to draw inspiration from the pen and paper system created by Mike Pondsmith, and to put our own 2077 spin on it. Let's go grab our gear. Okay, we'll take V's trusty pistol.
By the way, this is an older video, so I'm assuming that a lot of the interface
And
stuff's
also
probably
grab
changed.
our jacket.
The game also looks better than this at this
Since
point.
Cyberpunk 2077 is an RPG, the jacket not only provides us with protective stats like armor, but it also increases our street cred. Street cred is a form of experience the player acquires by completing side missions. It is used to unlock new vendors and content throughout Night City. All right, let's go meet Jack. V's current apartment is located inside a mega building, a huge building complex that forms a micro-society of its own. In this timeline, technology and the world have evolved in some ways that seem familiar, but entirely surprising in others. As an example, in this world, people pay with eddies, slang for Eurodollars. We make sure to root every detail in the world's lore, so everything has its purpose and stays believable.
He's a Judge Dredd mod. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and flip screens here real quick. Hey, Nami, how's it going, everybody? Thanks for the raid. Do you appreciate it? We were just looking over the brand new Cyberpunk 2077 Night City Wire Episode 5, which is the last Night City Wire that they're going to do before launch. But yeah, another pretty good episode. Trying to think if there's anything else we want to discuss that hasn't already been discussed. Anybody in chat have any questions or anything you want to talk about? But yeah, I actually saw some people talking today. The last time they did the delay on this game was actually shorter by just a couple days in comparison to what we have now. So basically, if they were going to delay it again, it's going to happen probably in the next 2 days. If it doesn't, then I think we can like 100% lock in the 10th. I mean, I don't think they're going to delay it again. They're in a little bit too deep at this point, but yeah, we'll see, I guess. Actually, what I might do here real quick is let me switch videos one more time. Jinx it. Nah, I think we're gonna be okay. I think we're gonna be okay. I'm gonna go back to
a big.
Go back to this video here real quick. Do you think the next Mass Effect game will be Andromeda or something else? if they were smart, for the next Mass Effect, they would do a prequel to 1 and bring back Commander Shepard. Because in Mass Effect, for anybody who knows the lore, there was plenty of talk about things that had happened before the Normandy days and stuff like that. One was called like the Skillian Blitz. They could do that. They could go even earlier, and they could do the war versus the Turians, the First Contact Wars. So, yeah, I don't know if doing Andromeda 2 is going to be a good idea for them. If they want to bring people back, they got to bring back Shepard. I mean, technically speaking, he is alive. She's alive after 3. So they could go that route as well, but I don't know if they would. It's hard to say. Oh, is it really, Forrester? I didn't know that. Mass Effect 1 is set in 2020? By the way, we just passed Jalen's character. If I back up the tape here a second. Jalen told me he was going to design his guy like this guy. Where's he at? Yeah, this guy right here. Pink shorty shorts, ripped tank top. Yep. Andromeda was your first Mass Effect? I'm sorry, Bala Boy. The first 3 are so much better. Not pink enough. This is an early build of the game, so you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Wait, they're launching a rocket from New Zealand right now? But yeah, I just hope that Cyberpunk is able to live up to all the hype. I don't know if that's even possible. You know, I've been covering the game industry stuff for a long time. I've done like 11 E3s, and I don't know if I've ever seen a game as hyped as this game is. And so I'm sure for some people, nothing would make them happy, no matter how good this game is. So CDPR has an awesome reputation, so hopefully they can pull it off. And I'm definitely excited to play it. So what are they... I guess, what are they launching into space for? What are they doing? Because SpaceX just launched, what, a few days ago? Crew 1.
Interested, sure. Tell me more.
Well, glad to hear. Before we get started on this, though, I need to be sure.
Oh, they're doing a bunch of satellites? Gotcha.
And the nature of this test?
Slot in the show.
You want that gold arm? I think you can have it. And that's that's kind of about talk. Let me stop for a second. That kind of goes back to something I was saying earlier. I really want to know how far you can go with the customization, because they've already shown, like, you can rip off your arms, you can rip off your legs and all that. But they've shown some NPCs in the game that are essentially like 95% robot or just machine. So it's like, can you actually take your character that far? going to be really interesting. But yeah, for my corpo run, I kind of want to go minimal cybernetics. You know, it's like I'm the snazzy corporal guy in a suit, and it's like I don't want any craziness, you know? I'm just a dude, and I can hack things. It's like, I'll take the thingy on my hand that gives me, like, weapon accuracy, but it's like, I don't know if I'm going to let you take out one of my eyes. That just sounds wrong. Yeah, exactly, Forster. So, Nami, how much of this game have you seen? Also, I'm really glad that you're liking Odyssey. I told you, Odyssey was my game of the year when it came out 2 years ago, and it's, in my opinion, the best Assassin's Creed game out. I just absolutely love it. It's a fantastic game. Yeah, so Cyberpunk is a first-person open world RPG. And this game is going to be one of the most mature games ever released. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how far they take it. I mean, you know, you kind of go back to this shot back here. And I think this shot right here tells you how far they're going to take the game. Except for, I know that they're going to take it further than this. So if I back up to this shot right here. I mean, and even in the new stuff that we saw today, there was all kinds of people with no clothes, you know? And the fact that we're going to be able to customize certain things in the game. And actually, the interesting thing about that is they announced this week that you're going to be able to, like, customize your teeth and stuff like that now. And it's just like, dang. His butt was better than Zeus's. For reference there, Nami was climbing a naked Zeus earlier on stream, so just, you know, just saying.
Welcome back. Your steadfast loyalty is greatly appreciated.
And by the way, KB, you're actually not quite correct on that. Linewalker coming in with the T1 10 months. Thank you very much. So my plans for this game is right now I'm going to be doing a Cyberpunk show. And I'm still working out the details on that. But the show is basically going to be a show where I sit down with like another content creator or maybe even a few of us and we just talk about our game experience. And it's going to be kind of a limited run show. And I'll probably do some like first look videos and stuff like that. But streaming a full playthrough, I actually have no plans for that currently. Maybe the second playthrough I do, I might do that, but not the first. So you can totally engross in this game? Yes. Because this is going to be one of these rare games where if this game lives up to the hype, it could be one of the greatest games ever made. It has that potential. So if there's anybody in chat who's never seen this, let me actually back up this scene for a second. And I feel like this scene does a really cool job of showing you some of the cool stuff in this game. So basically what's happening here in this scene is the main character set up a quest to meet this lady. And you can tackle every quest in the game multiple ways. So in this demo, they're showing off basically just going right up to the corporal agent and trying to make a deal. And then we see what happens here. So let's watch this real quick.
Than we are. Let's try to approach them carefully.
Stout, take it you were the one to call?
Yep. We wanted... Think you're smart? Thought you could blackmail me, bitch? Set conditions? Calm the hell down. What is this?
I've got you now, asshole.
You're insane. Who the fuck is this?
I'll know in 2 seconds flat. That fucking thing ready?
All set.
See, if I pause it here for a second, this is pretty cool. Because this game is all about future tech and hacking and all that. So this guy is hacking us. He's hacking our brain, basically. So it's coming up on our visual sensors, unauthorized access. Right?
Are you here alone?
The Corpos have hacked us through our personal link and have subjected us to a kind of lie detector program. The dialogue system in Cyberpunk 2077 is fully gameplay driven.
I asked if you came alone.
Yep, just little old me.
She's lying.
Search the area.
Now listen, folks, we don't need to be here all day. This piece of shit, Anthony Gilchrist, did he or another asshole at Militech leak info to you or anyone else about a convoy?
It might be tempting to reach for the gun, but the consequences could
Got
be
nothing
dire.
to do with him or
Remember,
Militech.
these guys are really tough.
Shit. Checks out. You got nothing on me. Nothing. Won't get away with this, you bitch. You're dead.
Somebody shut him up.
Take me home. Now.
All right. I have no idea who you're working for or what you even want, but you better give me something solid or I will end you.
I've got an offer.
Oh, you are stretching. This better be fucking good.
Gang goons who ripped you off? I know where to find them. They got a bot I want. Give me the funds to buy that bot. You can do what you want with the gang.
I don't give a shit about the thieves. I want my mold.
So just go ahead and pause the question, or pause the stream here for a second. Mr. Fredrickson, CDPR has already confirmed that you can actually do a no-kill run in this game. So yes, if you want to go 100% good guy, not kill anybody, you can totally do that. Or if you want to go completely bad, kill everybody, hack everything, just go absolutely insane, you can do that too. They haven't really said how many endings the game has yet, but I'm going to assume that it's got quite a few. And yeah, kind of going back to what Balaboy was saying, that this game has been hyped for 10 years. That's true. It was announced, 7 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever the heck it was. But the success of Witcher 3 is what really took this over the top. You know, I think, according to the stats, that Witcher 3 has the award for being the most awarded game of all time. So you just kind of stack all these things on top of each other, you know, Cyberpunk, Blade Runner, that type of genre has been really hot for a long time, but we've never seen a game of this caliber being done by a company of this caliber, and it just stack. And, you know, there's even like little things. So like the Witcher Netflix show that came out was a major success. and that put even more interest into Witcher 3. And I know there's some stats out there that you can look up about how many copies of Witcher 3 they sold because of that television series. And again, just stack. The hype level is just insane for this. It's really is that crazy. Yeah.
Cred chip 50K. Just enough to buy you your bot. Thing is, chip's gotta make it into the thieves' terminal. That's all I need. Think you can do that? Then we got a deal.
Fine. I'm in.
Grace, well, thanks for the follow. Do you appreciate
Try
it?
to fuck me in any way, and I'll be seeing you real soon.
You're making a mistake! This cunt's good as dead!
She'll take you down with her. The agent gave us the money to buy the bot we need from the gang. By choosing to call the Militech agent earlier, we have now opened up a non-violent path through this quest. Of course, we could try and keep the money, but that would mean we'd have to take the merchandise by force, which requires a lot of firepower.
Looked a little fishy, you know? People tense. No signal, so I stayed put.
Good thing, too. Went down about like I expected. Made a deal, and we're good to meet with Maelstrom now.
Mm-hmm.
If they are postponing it to allow for filming of a live action show or movie.
Be there soon.
No.
What do you expect?
No, they're good.
Corpse don't forgive or forget. Even these
I think they're doing the next season of Witcher Netflix, but that has nothing to do with Cyberpunk's development.
Gotta move the tech, but they can't. Because your new best friend from the tripped out, tanked out SUV is just begging them to try. How you want to do this?
Even now, we can choose how to approach this quest. Do we go in guns blazing, or do we try to negotiate for the bot?
Plan's simple. We pay with the Corpo's cred and get out.
I don't know, but you're calling this one.
For this demo, let's try the
What,
more
don't trust my
diplomatic
charm?
approach.
Tough shit. All we need's for them.
Part of me wants to do a full diplomatic run on my Corpo, but I don't know.
Don't know you.
Want to talk to Royce?
Main room. I'm waiting.
Oh, that's right. Fallen. They do have an anime in the works for this. I forgot about that. That's coming out next year, though. Like, after the release of the game.
They get damn well prepared.
All strapped with Militech gear.
Psycho Borgs chromed out with military-grade hardware worth millions.
The droid is not human.
The guys we're about to meet are dangerous. They are members of the Maelstrom gang, and their obsession with body modification goes way beyond even this world's standards. On their path to becoming machines, they don't shy away from even the most extreme measures.
Anti-personnel mine. Shrapnel splitter. My favorite.
Cancun's getting creative with their gear.
They're getting crazy.
It looks like they made this abandoned all foods meat factory their hideout. Charming.
Another one? Seriously?
Maybe we should have taken him by surprise.
A little late for regrets like that. Got us in their sights now. Just keep moving.
Yeah, these dudes are pretty crazy. I would never take my character this far.
Remember, we've chosen to buy the tech, not steal it. Hopefully this will go fast and easy. This is a pretty well-guarded place. You can imagine what would have happened if we'd taken the violent path.
They'd all be dead, right?
What?
Looking to buy a bot. Model MTO D12. Looks like a spider.
Couch planted. Yo, Kurt, peek around the corner.
These dudes have like ripped out their like faces.
Well, shit. Sit down.
I'll stand. Can't move on your culo. Makes you an easy target.
Sit down.
That really necessary, hombre?
I ain't your hombre. Sit. Sit your ass down before I plant a bullet in your skull.
Jack, sit down.
This ain't gonna end well, but...
Well, all right. Fucking bravo. Come on, lighten up.
I ain't taking your drugs. No.
Have a whiff.
I would say no.
Better. Now we can talk.
The bot. Need to see it.
Suit yourself. Fucking tricked out, state-of-the-art this thing. Don't even got no standard port. Bells and whistles though, dynamic camo armor and motor impulses rivaling that of the human nervous system. Its actuators are actually pimped with titanium fiber, and it can go anywhere, literally. Watch this. Fully integrated link too, so when the spider starts crawling up walls, dangling from ceilings, you could lose your lunch. So, what you think?
Pay up and let's get the fuck out of here.
The bot. I'll take it.
2 questions. What the fuck's going on? And who the fuck is this?
Draw weapon.
Got 50 large on this cred chip.
And you positively reek of Militech.
Dexter Deshawn sent me.
Dexter Deshawn. Dreads. Gold plate. Fat old fuck. That him?
We'll pay for the bot and be on our way.
See, I wonder if it's an option to make that move.
50K.
Cred's on this.
Move it.
Whew, not the smoothest of deals, but it worked out in the end, right? Flathead's good gear. It'll do the trick. Whatever that trick is.
Shit. Shit, shit, shit!
Am I gonna be male or female? My corporal's gonna be male. My street will be
It turns
female.
out the cred chip we got from the Militech agent contained a virus which fried their system.
Virus must have tripped the security.
Royce, their leader, is making a break for it.
Militech had to end this way.
Before we figure out a way to leave, let's grab the splinter that controls the bot from one of these.
So here's a quick question for chat. Would anybody be interested in seeing the weapons demo that they did? Don't know how many people either saw that or didn't see it, but that's pretty good. Probably gonna start all 3 because we know that all 3 have different starts. So let me flip screens here real quick. You're gonna no life this game. I mean, that's why I'm taking like multiple days off. Let me flip videos here real quick. That was... Yeah, I wonder if they'll do a new game plus. You never take a vacation for games? I rarely do, but I'm kind of in a rare situation this year. Let's see. Let me find the right video here. Is it this one? Maybe. Wait, what's this say? Let's see. Nope, it's not this one. That's 3. Let's go to 4. Let's see. Or was it 2? Am I crazy? Yeah, here we go. I think it's this one. Okay, here we go, chat.
AV, I have a job for you. A client of mine is making an arms deal. He needs protection. It could get hot, very hot. The gun dealers are Maelstrom. Alas, nothing ever transpires as planned with them. You better gear up for this.
Tech weapons. So actually, if I backed it up for a second, hold on. So cyberware, melee weapon, smart weapon, power weapon, tech weapons, throwables, weapon mods, and attachments is this last one. There's gonna be a lot of guns in this game. Smart weapons, I feel like are gonna be really OP. Like homing bullets and bouncy weapon or bouncy bullets and just all kinds of crazy stuff. See, that I would take. I would take the wrist rocket.
Willing?
Yeah, I'm in.
Aha, that date's wrong.
Pavel, thank you so much for joining me. Now, there was an awful lot in that
Wait,
video,
that's
right?
today,
There's
chat.
more than just guns.
Absolutely. We have melee weapons, we have ranged weapons, we have cyberware, we have offensive cyberware, defensive cyberware, armor. We could talk for hours and hours about this stuff.
I think just for today's episode, we should keep it simple and let's just talk about guns. Can you tell us the different types of guns that will be in the game?
So we have three distinct types of guns in our game. We have power weapons, we have tech weapons, and we have smart weapons. Now, power weapons are the most similar to contemporary weapons. One thing they
Melee
can
hacker
do,
for you,
which
Fallen?
normal weapons cannot, is ricochet bullets off of surfaces. So you can hit somebody hiding behind cover or hiding behind a wall. Now, tech weapons, on the other hand, use electromagnetic power to propel a fully metal projectile to extreme velocities. What that allows them to do is to punch through cover or punch through walls to hit somebody who's not even aware that you're there. Smart weapons use guided missile technology to actually track targets in real time. So you can hit somebody who's dodging, running away from you, or you can hit somebody who's hiding behind cover.
So Pavel, Cyberpunk doesn't just contain FPS elements, right? It's also a fully fledged RPG. So can you tell us how you guys approached introducing those RPG elements into gunplay?
So I can tell you one thing, Holly, it wasn't easy to merge those two elements together. Now, we've spent a considerable amount of time merging the RPG and FPP side of our game. What the player will experience is that V changes from a small-time mercenary to a legend in the world of Night City. V becomes more and more proficient in using weapons as the game progresses. So they will see that reload times become shorter, the accuracy of your weapons grows, You will have faster aiming time, you will move faster with your weapons. Everything becomes more in your control, and that gives you more opportunities to defeat the biggest encounters that we've designed for you.
So I have prepared a few extra questions for you, Pavel, if you're feeling up to it.
Of course.
Okay, well, the first is going to be, how do you find more weapons in Night City? Like, where will players be looking for them?
So I expect the players to look everywhere for new and exciting weapons. You can, of course, buy weapons at vendor shops, and they will house an entire catalog of weaponry that you can get. However, the best weapons that you can find will be taken from enemies or loot caches that we have everywhere in Night City.
Gotta have good loot in an RPG.
Range from common through uncommon up to rare and then legendary. And as they go in rarity, they actually climb in power. However, legendary weapons are very specific in such a way that they possess unique abilities that you will find on no other weapons in the game. The players will actually need to make some tough choices to find some legendary weapons, because maybe they need to choose whether to kill a person who holds the legendary weapons that they want, or to spare them because they like them as a character.
So next question, let's talk about weapon modifications. What mods can people give to their weapons in Night City?
So we have two types of
All of
modifications
them
in the game. One of them would be modifications that we call attachments. So these would be scopes and silencers, and you can see them actually being attached to your weapon as you're playing the game. They give you statistics advantage, and they give you more opportunities in gameplay. The other part of mods would be software mods. Now, these are basically small chips that you install in your weapon, and they actually change the statistics of the gun. They can give you damage, they can give you accuracy, or they can give you more fire rate. Some of those mods actually change the gunplay on a more fundamental level, so they can give you non-lethal rounds, biochemical rounds to tear through that.
Yeah, if you want to do that non-lethal run,
faster.
just get non-lethal rounds.
So I suppose for my final question, why don't you tell us about your favorite weapon then?
You know, in case things
Which
do
is
go
your
south
favorite
during a
weapon
conversation.
So far in Night City?
Oh, there are so many weapons that it's hard to choose just one. But I can mention some manufacturers with their weapons that I absolutely adore. The first manufacturer would be Tsunami Defense Systems, who produces the sniper rifle Nekomata. That's a tech sniper rifle. That means that it can pierce through walls. So it can actually hit somebody who's hiding behind cover or who doesn't even know you're there. Of course, I also like a close quarters approach. And what that needs is a shotgun. One of the shotguns that we have in the game is Budget Arms Carnage. Now, that thing is cast from pure steel, and it weighs a ton. However, you can cut a person clean in half with it. Another shotgun that I absolutely love, it's for a more refined approach, I would say, is a smart shotgun, Kangtao Zhuo. That thing has 8 barrels, and that means it can track 8 targets
a little excessive.
independently. Now, killing an entire room was never simpler.
Pavel, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Some people would say 8
I'm
barrels.
actually pretty interested to
Not
see
enough.
what kind of weapons people discover when they play Cyberpunk for themselves. Before we end episode 2, this is a reminder
All right.
that those who...
I'm going to go ahead and mute that here real fast. So yeah, there we go, chat. 8 barrels, double it? Exactly. How's it going, 16? But yeah, let me flip back over to that other video one more time here. As we're just kind of chatting. Not that one. Yeah, funny enough, the first trailer for this game was 8 years ago. That's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. I'm doing pretty good. But yeah, any sort of final thoughts, chat, as we sort of wrap this up? They'll probably make the money back in 1 week. Yeah, the numbers for this game, the sales numbers, or even on Twitch. Like, I think on Twitch, this game will be in the #1 spot for days. I'm wondering how many days, and I'm pretty sure that it's going to be over 1 million views concurrent. So I'm wondering how long they're able to maintain that. So that's for me, that's going to be the two numbers that I look at is how long is it able to maintain 1 million viewers, and how long does it remain in the #1 spot? Because everybody's going to be playing this. Yeah, pray for no more delays. I don't think there's going to be any more delays. Every streamer already planning to stream it. Yeah. What are we really waiting for? I don't know. What are we really waiting for? But, you know, the last couple of weeks for gaming has been absolutely incredible. You know, we are now in the next generation of gaming. We have a new Xbox and a new PlayStation. There were a ton of games that came out last week. We had 2 games that came out this week, and now we're kind of in a little bit of a lull. And then we have 3 games that come out in basically the first week and a half of December, and then that's going to be it for the year. But yeah, it's just this year, as bad as this year has been with COVID and all that stuff, it's actually been an incredible year for gaming. It's been one of the best years that we've had in a while. And yeah, we're not done yet. Especially if Cyberpunk lives up to the hype. I mean, if Cyberpunk is a 10 out of 10 game, then holy crap. Heck of a year. Yeah, as far as the games that are yet to come out, it's nothing too major. There's a game coming out called Empire of Sin that looks really good. We have the new Zelda game that's coming out here real soon. And we also have Immortals Phoenix Rising, which is an Ubisoft game done by the Assassin's Creed team, which looks really interesting. Yeah, well, you know, the thing about that Line Walker is Line Walker's commenting that Godfall was a disappointment. I've been seeing very mixed things on Godfall, and I do intend on streaming it at some point this year. It's like I know a bunch of higher-end creators that say that Godfall is good. But then it's like the reviewers are 50-50 on that game. It's pretty weird. You're saying that Cyberpunk is like GTA plus like Badlands? Yeah, kind of. This guy's going to get wasted here. Oh, no. He's going to get hacked instead. Godfall looks good but plays clunky. It's, you know, it's weird that you say that because I've heard not necessarily the opposite. I think everybody agrees that Godfall looks amazing. But I've heard that the combat system's actually pretty good. But then again, a lot of the reviewers are saying it's not good. So it's a very 50-50 game. By the way, what you're seeing right here, they took this out of the game. They intended to have wall climbing, wall running in the game, and this is a feature they had to remove. So just pretend like you're not seeing this, guys. It's not a thing. I should throw on some background noise.
You might recognize these mantis blades.
There you go.
We can also double jump and bounce off of walls, which makes us a very...
I don't know if they took out double jump or not. Yeah, I still have not been able to get a hold of a PS5. I want to play Miles Morales, but it's just impossible to pick up one of them systems right now. I've had zero luck with the whole pre-order thing.
A corporate tech rifle. Corpo weapons are top of the line. Let's scan this guy and see what's going on.
Yeah, Line Walker.
Looks like Royce is back, and he's prepped.
He's got a mech suit.
You won't be able to get rid of him that easily. Our weapons
Things like a railgun, kinda.
Because he's packing an autonomous shield. Luckily, the scan we performed earlier revealed a weak spot. Attacking should bring the shield down.
Yeah, you see them smart weapons? I feel like those are going to be so OP. Just going to curve them around this car. I don't know, maybe the smart weapons just do a lot of reduced damage. Oh, really, Fallen? Oh, that's crazy. I mean, I would have thought that a lot of these retailers would have them on the shelves for Black Friday, which is not this Friday, but next Friday. But I don't know, maybe that's not the case. It's crazy on the amount of people that like botted those things or are just selling them on eBay or Facebook Marketplace or whatever for like thousands of dollars.
And Dex should be happy.
Do I ever watch anime? Not really. I mean, I've seen Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that, but other than that, nah, not really. Not really.
So many options, so many possibilities, and each will have consequences that will ripple through the game world and your story. And that's just one.
Burp, burp, burp.
Let's head out and finish the job.
Oh, wait, he opened the door and he got a... That's weird. Hello, friendly drone. I am just walking here.
You know, we really ought to work together more often. Your chip had the clap. That's not discreet. You set me up.
I fucked you over, you fucked the gang over. Somewhere at the start of the story, somebody fucked the Corp. See how this works now? Only the Corp gets what it wants. Remember that. Learn it. Years down the line, you'll be standing where I am, watching somebody else doing...
Yep, being a raging bitch to whoever's doing my dirty work for me.
That's a great line.
Okay, let's call Dex and tell him how things went down.
My girl,
shit-eating suits. Vámonos.
Hey, Mr. Dex. Get us that table at the afterlife?
Matter of fact, I did. Just in my gut and all, you know.
Well, you were right to.
Well done, Miss V. Well done. See you there.
Shit, I can't believe it, Ina. Major leagues. We're in. I mean, we fucking pried the door open.
But the only thing I want to pry open right now is a bottle of scotch.
Oh, no. Not another three-nighter. Por favor.
That's right, we're going 4 nights this
Need
time.
to get to know this city, Jack. Not just gun in hand. I want a crusade.
Amen, Ina.
We finished the job, but our story is just beginning. This concludes our gameplay demo walkthrough. Thanks for watching.
An emergency evacuation unit has
Money to burn.
Enjoy your stay.
Oh, so
This
follow
is
on.
Wilson,
Thanks for the follow. Do
one of
appreciate
Night
it.
City's many...
All right, chat. Let me go ahead and flip screens here. I think I'm probably going to wrap up things right there for tonight. A little bit of a shorter stream. Gonna be hitting Assassin's Creed and a little bit of World of Warcraft pretty hard tomorrow and this weekend, so I'll be doing some longer streams. I will keep you guys updated on my plans for that Cyberpunk show. Still need to work out some of the details. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, my plan for that show is I want to get like another content creator on with me, or maybe even a group of us. And it's like, as we're playing through Cyberpunk, doing a show just talking about our thoughts of the game, cool things that we got to do, things we got to see, different options that people took, you know, something along those lines is my idea for the show. Shadowlands, I'm doing Shadowlands prep, because yeah, Shadowlands comes out on Monday. So I still need to do some work on that stuff. Short version of that story is that I played World of Warcraft when it first came out, and I played it through Cataclysm and then quit, and then didn't touch it for like 7 years. So I just recently got back into it a couple months ago, and I'm way behind. It's like I haven't even unlocked like the allied races yet, and I would like to do that before Monday. So we'll see. But I also need to get through Assassin's Creed Valhalla so that we can get into, because I got to do... I want to do Godfall yet, just check out that game. I still need to do Ghost of Tsushima, and like I said, there's still other games coming out. So these games are too long, and when you have a Valhalla, it's like a 60, 80-hour game. Got to shorten them up or something. I don't know. But yeah, the WoW stream tomorrow, I don't know what time that's going to be, because I have some other stuff I need to do. It could be early in the morning, could be afternoon, I'm not sure. But Assassin's Creed Valhalla will continue tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Central. And then Saturday and Sunday, 1 o'clock p.m. Central. And hopefully do some 5+ hour streams on that game. I'm already like 22 hours in or something like that. So hopefully we can get to the, I don't know, 30-ish hour mark this weekend and maybe get it about half done. So yeah, saw a lot of new faces in chat tonight. Really do appreciate everybody coming out for this. I always really enjoy doing shows like this where there's like a big event and we, you know, take a look at, you know, the new trailers, or, you know, I've done E3 coverage for like 11 years, or
enjoy your stay.
You know, any of that fun stuff. We got the Game Awards coming up on the 10th. I'll be co-streaming that as well. Mr. Fredrickson, thank you for the follow as well. Do appreciate it. So yeah, like to cover all that stuff on the channel here. So yeah, thanks to all you new people for hanging out tonight. Do appreciate it. And of course, the regular viewers as well. But yeah, I think we'll wrap up things right there. So thank you all so much for watching. Hope everybody has a fantastic rest of your day or evening, wherever you are in the world. We will see you guys tomorrow at some point. So have a good night, and we'll see you then.